Come on, let's be positive. Just stop right there. No negativity. Let's be positive. LBP, let's be positive.
Mad, let's be positive. We've got so much to be positive about. Of course, a little bit more positive on your side of the ledger come that Basin Reserve thing. And yesterday, I jumped the plane in Dunedin. We were 3 wickets down. Time we landed, and it was a quick flight, 90 minutes to Auckland. It was game over. It was game over.
I was in Oamaru over the weekend. My daughter had another performance down there, and I thought I'll cruise back Sunday morning and watch the end of the game. And, of course, I got caught in the same manner. The game was over. 3 for 88, 4 for 89, 5 for 156, 6 for 176, 7 for 211. We ended up with nearly 400 runs. You gave the game away on day one, couldn't close it out. I thought you had us. And then it all just went downhill and summed up really by the run out in the first innings of Kane Williamson. Faced 2 balls, run out for 0. And then Ravinda comes in, faces 3 balls, and he's out for no score. 179 in that return first innings. The game was always over there, Marty. And even though Aussies batted poorly in the second innings, more than enough runs to win by 170 plus. So a brilliant weekend.
Well, look, is there really any surprise? Look, the only parallel I keep saying that I can draw is when your Wallabies play our All Blacks. That's what it feels like. It just feels like it doesn't matter where you play, who plays, when you play, what time of year, what surface it's on. It doesn't matter. You're going to beat us at cricket.
Cam Green walks in. He's just been elevated to the number 4 position in the Australian side. They're crumbling all around him, and he goes on to make 174, Martin, on a pitch no one else could bat on. That's the thing about this Australian team is you're never quite sure who it is that's going to stand up. Smith got a start, Khawaja got a start, but it was Green that went on with it, 174. He won the test. We only won by 172. Take him out of the game and it's nearly a draw. That's the best way to look at it for the Black Caps.
Yeah, but that's the thing. You always get somebody who does that, don't you? I mean, that's the whole point of it, isn't it? I mean, that's, yeah.
Well, then, of course, you got Nathan Lyon comes in and takes 10.
Yeah, apart from that.
So that doesn't hurt.
No.
That doesn't hurt either. You could see his eyes light up when he saw that pitch, and, he's just such a sensational bowler to continue to take 10-wicket bags like that. As I say, watching on day one, I thought, we're gone. This is an absolute shocking start. And by the end of day 2, I'm thinking to myself, this is unlosable. It's unbelievable. Hey?
It's so miserable this end, mate. I mean, I'm looking at the Christchurch test and I'm saying, I just hope it rains for 5 days, mate. Because I don't give us a hope in hell. I really do. I don't give us a hope in hell now. What are we going to do?
Yeah.
Bring in another seamer trundling it at 126 Ks, mate? Play a spinner that hasn't been picked in New Zealand for the last 4 years? No.
Yeah, Christchurch could be interesting. Christchurch could be very interesting. You've got some injuries there. And, I mean, Wagner retires and then within days there's talk that he might unretire himself. Well, that's just ridiculous.
That would be brilliant because it would set a world record for the shortest retirement in any job in the history of the world. Let's turn our attention to the Super Round, which is rugby's equivalent of the Magic Round. I want to be positive about this. There were basketball scores in almost every game, which means there was no tackling. Plenty of tries scored. Great results. Look, the Waratahs upsetting the Crusaders. Even in New Zealand, we're all happy about that. Within minutes last night, you could have actually had a score of Australia 2, New Zealand 1 in the Trans-Tasman battles, but the Hurricanes got up. But, Matt, the reality is, once again, this promotion falls flat. It falls as flat as the pitch itself because no one turns up to watch. It feels like such a shame. But, again, they take it to a place where no one is interested. And what? Are we meant to be surprised that no one turns up?
No, I don't think you can be surprised. I mean, the Super Round. I don't get it. You're week 2 into your competition and you take all the games to Melbourne. And look, what was the point of it? I really don't.
I don't get it.
I'm just not sure what it was. I tune in and I think Hurricanes Blues are going to be a good game. It was a pretty good game. And then I look into the crowd and it's like the kids' game before the Warriors. There's no one there.
No one there, mate. No.
Here's a local derby that should have drawn a decent crowd in Otago or Auckland, and they're in Melbourne playing in front of no one to kick the round off. I mean, it was a bit of a fizzer, wouldn't you say?
Yeah, well, it has
Martin,
to. You can't. It's got to be. I mean, look, you can't. And all this fan-centric and fan engagement, this garbage and these words that Mark Robinson just continues to trundle out, and it's just reported as fact by these lapdog reporters. At some stage, somebody's got to get in front of this guy and say, Mark, look, stop talking about streaming downloads. Talk about the fact that no one is buying tickets, mate.
Marty, when you say the word fan-centric to me, I started to try and consider what it meant. And I believe that this term, fan-centric, has come out of one of the reviews.
Go on.
That the Rugby
you're right. You're probably
Union
right.
has held. It came out of there when they realised that being fan-centric was the only way to go. The problem is, Martin, is when I tried to text you back about this fan-centric word, it comes up as a incorrect word, a non-existent word. It's a buzzword. It came out of a whiteboard meeting. You're exactly right. Honestly, mate, 12 of them sat around a room and said, oh, what do we need to do? Oh, we need to get engaged with the fans. Brilliant, CJ. Engage with the fans. Put it up there on the whiteboard. That's it. We'll da-da-da. We'll see. They have this mentality that if they keep saying it long enough, it's going to happen. You know, if I keep saying to you, Matt, we're going to beat Australia in Christchurch, if I keep repeating it out loud enough times, there's going to be a couple of bozos who are going to sit there and start repeating it back to me eventually, because that's what we do as humans, isn't it? Yeah, I think those affirmations in the minds of some can help. But 6 games in Melbourne and attributing that to fan-centric behaviour by those organising the rugby competition, how's it fan-centred when you only take it to one centre?
Yeah.
Like, how many fans are there in Melbourne? What about the fans all over the joint?
Yeah, I know.
I don't understand.
No,
there might have been some deep-seated reason for it, but 6 games in Melbourne makes no sense to me.
No, you know what
you could sell out 6 AFL games in Melbourne, but you're not going to sell out. You're not going to sell out Moana Pacifica, Fiji and Drua in Melbourne on a Saturday afternoon, are you?